Hello and welcome to iamGEEK. This is episode 282. I'm Ryan, joined by my brother Chris and our good pal Katrin.
Heyo!
How you guys doing tonight?
Yay.
Welcome back.
Yeah,
Yay.
it's good to be back.
Yeah. A lot has
glad I have it
happened
back.
since the last time that I'm glad you had it back. Yeah. A lot has happened since the last time we spoke. D23 happened.
Wow.
And
Yeah, it did.
it happened. It happened.
So
not much
many promises.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
No, it's not even promises. I saw a video that really summed it up. It's really D23 used to be the event where you go and learn all this cool stuff, and now it's sort of become D23 the focus group. Like, we're thinking about this. What do you guys think about
What do you think?
Oh, they like that, but they don't like that. Okay, we won't do that then. Because last year it was, we're thinking about putting Moana in Animal Kingdom in Dino Land. And people were like, I don't know about that. And then this year it was like, oh, we're thinking about putting Encanto and Indiana Jones in Dinosaur Land. Okay, a little better response. Maybe we'll go with that. We'll see.
They just got a big wheel of ideas and they spin it and they bring an audience member up with a little dart and they just throw it.
Yep.
That's what we're doing.
I think so. And it's become the event to announce meet and greets. Like last year was Mandalorian, and this year it's like, guess what? You can meet Figment tomorrow.
He can't walk, but you can meet him.
Woohoo! And then they also, this is this little recap of it. They also tried to explain why the Hatbox Ghost is going to be in the wrong place in the Haunted Mansion by using the Muppets.
Oh,
they brought the Muppets out to be like, well, we've heard you guys have had thoughts about this, so we're just going to tell you why he's there. It's because he's not a happy haunt. Only the happy haunts can get seen later. He's not happy.
That's lame.
They used the Muppets to try to
going to see a psychologist. And they pulled a puppet out.
I think
just talk to me.
Yeah,
what's happening?
Just ignore the guy with his hand up my butt and talk to me. That was I saw the pictures of him sitting there with with Kermit, and I was just like, that's weird.
Yeah,
no one needs to see that.
That's right. It's obscene.
And then Figment, I think they used the Muppets again to announce Figment or something. I don't know, but Figment started the meet and greets. The first day there was like a 5-hour wait or something like that to meet him.
Jeez.
And he tripped like twice or something and fell on his face like twice, which was funny to see.
It's a new costume. Gotta get used to it.
Yeah, poor dude. That was inside of it. But now I think there's no wait time. I don't think now. I think the first couple of days there was like a 5-hour wait.
All the fans got to see him. There's no more fans of Figment.
Yeah.
I may try to see him when I'm down there.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
my wife
update the ride first.
Yeah, please do.
My
wife has
my wife.
She's really taken to Figment. She has a Figment bow that she wears, like it's almost like ears, and then she has a shirt getting figgy with it. She has a bracelet she got or made or something. So she's
I love Figment.
She loves Figment.
Figment's my favorite.
So, Figment's good.
Yeah, I just
really need to update that ride.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me rephrase that. Figment is my favorite character there.
Yeah.
Not my favorite ride. It needs to be redone.
No.
Like, just put it back the old way, but update it a little bit. I don't know. They won't, though.
They won't.
They won't. They'll just have a meet and greet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Did you see they took away the seagulls from the Nemo ride? To fix them or like work on them, I guess.
Oh, okay.
They're just temporarily gone, but that rock is just empty right now. It's mine.
The Grinch came and took them and said he's taking them back to his shop to fix.
Yeah.
They'll never return.
They ate them, didn't they?
They
ate the seagulls.
They ate them.
And they also announced that Test Track is getting another redo because they didn't get it right the second time. So let's try it again.
Oh, they redid it?
Well, they rethink. Yes, it's been done twice. And then this will be its third time.
But it's supposed to be more like the original.
It was supposed to be more like
or whatever.
the ride that was there before.
Right.
Wow. World of Motion. Sorry.
Yeah, World of Motion.
A little brain spasm there. Yeah, World of Motion, which will be cool. It'll be really cool if they bring back the dragon or whatever it was that was inside of it, the dinosaur or something. I think it was a dragon. I don't know. But yeah, looking forward to that. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
It needs to be sponsored by Tesla. That's what they need to do.
I mean, I'm sure they'll take the money if that's what.
They can just put a Tesla car in there. You just put a Tesla car and it'll go to Plaid and be like, "This is great."
There may be some differences in politics there that might not be overcome between
Probably so.
Yeah.
Musk and Disney. So,
and then the other only, I think, concrete thing that was announced is that there is going to be a Pirates Tavern.
Yeah. I thought there already was.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Well, I think this is going to be, there's like the quick service that's open sometimes. It's across the way, but this is going to be like a bar, like a...
It's like a lounge, right?
Right. This is a lounge,
Yeah. Have a person crooning on a piano.
They're bringing back the parrot that they took out of the ride. He's going to be in there. Parrot that has a shaved chest with the tattoo on it.
Okay. Shaved chest.
The chafed.
Just like all the other guests, they're chafed.
Yeah. But so that's the news, or Disney news, anyways.
Excellent.
Tonight we're talking about episodes 4 and 5 of Ahsoka. Last time we did episodes 1 through 3. Chris is ready for this because I
just really want to talk about One Piece. That's fine.
I haven't finished it yet. Wait till I finish it and then we can talk about it.
Okay.
And wait till Katrin watches it.
3 years from now.
Yeah. Maybe.
When season 2 comes out, I watched season 1.
It is pretty good, Katrin. I think you'd enjoy it.
It is good. It's fun. Yeah,
I probably would.
Yeah,
I'd just have to find
everyone that I know that has watched it has loved it.
And I don't know anything about One Piece, and I've enjoyed it so far.
And you don't have to know a thing to watch it.
No,
that's great.
Anyways, okay, Ahsoka.
Yes.
Episodes 4, episodes 5. Maybe possibly the 2 greatest episodes in Star Wars show history. I don't know.
Wow.
Well, and they even put 5 in the theaters, right? So some people got to watch it in a theater, and that I think that was a cool move because we can talk about that later.
Some people are mad because they've said, "Well, that's sort of crossing the strike lines or whatever." But it's like, come on.
Not really. It's already been filmed. It was done. They were paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was only in like 3 or 4 theaters, I think.
Yeah. Not a big release.
I didn't get the experience, but I did experience it at home, and I'm just gonna say it again. I love both episodes. I don't exactly know how many episodes there are because this said 8. This was the 5 or the 5 was the halfway point.
I looked at IMDb the other day, and there are 8 total episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, before there was like 6 on there or something. Now it's 8.
Maybe they'll bump it up to 10. Maybe let's keep bringing them out.
These go to 10.
They're making them an AI now.
Yeah.
I mean,
you like it. We got nothing else. So episode 4.
Yes. Don't remember what it's about.
You don't really?
I don't.
Okay, so they're on
the one where the table comes out of the ground. They're walking on the table, and then they come up and eat on the table that they've been walking on. That's right. Okay.
Disgusting.
No, that was 3, wasn't it? That was 3.
I don't know.
4 is when they're on the planet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And they're going to try to get the map from the bad guys. And everybody has been waiting this whole time going, who's Merrick? It's got to be somebody important. Last time we talked about it. Who could it be? Could it be this person? Could it be that person? It's got to be somebody.
It's got to be Mephisto.
There's a water bill.
And Dave Filoni said, nope.
Gotcha.
Voodoo.
Witch magic. He's just green smoke.
So do you think they did that on purpose though? Like had all these clues and hints and just to get people talking about it?
Oh yeah.
I mean, the more people talk about a show, the better it's going to do, right? So more.
Then it went
at least
Wizard of Oz.
So this has been done in
That was so weird.
Rebels, maybe. Was it Rebels or was it Clone? I don't remember now. Savage Opress, who's Darth Maul's brother, dies, and the witches bring him back to life. Sorry,
Something on your tongue there?
Yeah, it was a hair. The witches they bring him back to life with their magic, and so when he dies again, the green smoke stuff comes out of him. Their magic
releases his gas.
Yeah, so it lines up with what they've done before in the animated series, so that makes sense. So this was an old, dead warrior that they brought back.
Ooh, which one? Who could it have been?
It was just a Inquisitor.
It was just a stunt guy.
Dead Inquisitor. So that they brought back, and now he's gone. But
So-
yeah, go ahead.
So what about the actor that everybody thought it was going to be? Right?
Yes.
Sam.
So we figured that out.
Okay.
In that first episode, where his name appears in the credits,
Yeah.
if you listen when Ahsoka's down in that
Oh yeah.
vault thing,
Yeah. I
you
heard
hear
that.
Darth Maul's voice, and he voiced Darth Maul, so that's why his
Gotcha.
name was in the credits.
Didn't hear that at all.
I didn't hear it, but I heard about it.
Yeah,
But I didn't realize
you got to
it
go
was-
back and listen for it, but it's there, and that's why his name was in the credits. So I think they sort of did that to be like, oh, this will get him thinking.
Right. Exactly. So
Mhm.
And it did.
and again,
It
it's just like the Mephisto thing. I mean, I think they did those things in that show in WandaVision, right?
Yeah.
Just to make people think that and get to talking about it and watch it and want to watch it and then they're like, nope.
Yeah.
It's not happening. So that's smart, I guess.
Just another boner.
As an actor or a character in
Yeah, that was the character's name. His character's name was Boner.
So
don't put the E on our show.
there was a lot of great highlights for episode 4. One of my favorites was the fight between Sabine and that girl.
Yeah.
That girl.
What was her name?
That girl.
She wasn't in the last episode.
Zoe Deschanel? Was it?
No.
No.
Anyways, the bad guy girl.
The Shin.
Shin. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Phenomenal fight scene, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fact, it was great.
Yeah. And that moment where she knocks the lightsaber away from her, she's on the ground and basically says, basically, I got you now, but not really. And then she does the wrist blaster thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was good.
Wrist rockets.
Yeah, that was
The
cool.
Whistlers.
But David Tennant's character, see, I said his name right. Huang, told them not to separate Sabine and Ahsoka. Stay together, stay together.
You look better together.
And they separated. And what happened?
Of course they did.
Wouldn't be a good show. If
Yeah, Ahsoka goes to get the map, runs into Balin, and they start to fight. And then the girl appears. So Ahsoka thinks Sabine's dead.
Yeah.
So that throws her off her game. And then
Sabine shows up.
Yeah, Sabine shows up, and then she gets pushed off. So he gets pushed off. So yeah, I like that whole fight scene. I know you guys were talking earlier before we started recording that there were some pauses there that you thought were too long.
Yeah, it just continues to have long pauses.
Long pauses.
I didn't feel like
Really
other
dramatic
themes.
pauses.
I can't say anything bad about the show.
Oh, we
that's
can.
fine. Leave it to us. No, I like the show.
Yeah.
I just feel like just the cinematography, the editing can just use some work. Like it just needs a little bit of help. They're holding on stuff a little too long.
They're really proud of their show.
Yes, they're
and they want to make it look like it's a longer episode.
Well, tell Dave.
Part of it is Dave. like for the really diehard fans that like, hey, you've seen Rebels. Look at this person.
We did it.
Keep looking at him.
You
know you want to see him.
We did it.
I really did not feel like it was drawn out. I didn't think it needed to be like fast action, like non-stop action.
No, it doesn't need to be non-stop fast action. It's there is a line that is easily stepped over. That when you just hold on something just a little too long, and the audience just starts going, okay, can we get to okay, but can we get you just said something was going to happen, and now can you show it?
That's probably how most of our listeners feel sometimes when they watch us. Can you just
get to the point?
Get to the point.
No, we don't have an editor.
So that's pretty much the episode 4. It ends with the craziness of Ahsoka waking up in the world between worlds, and you hear her, "Hello, Snips."
Yeah, that was
nice. It was cool, and they did it in such a way to make everybody think, "What's going on? What's happening?
What's the lightsaber does he have?"
Yeah, which lightsaber does that? Was that actually Anakin, or was that the Emperor in disguise? Just like in
why does he have a mechanical hand? I don't.
Like, why isn't he a Force ghost? Well, in the world between worlds, that's Force ghosts don't look like they do.
Yeah.
So I have one question or one observation though. Like when Sabine is holding the sphere and she's got her gun to it, and she's like, I'll destroy it. And then later, Balin takes his lightsaber and jams it into it and holds it there for a very long time until it finally just busts apart. I'm just like, that gun would not have done anything to this thing.
Yeah.
How long it took for this lightsaber to...
I don't think they knew it though, because it was so old.
I know. It's just like, it's one of those things. He held it too long.
Well, I was thinking too, is like, what would happen if she shot it and it did explode in her hand? Like, what had happened to her hand? Like,
explode or just
think it would go through it
and hit her.
Yeah.
It's Star Wars. People lose their hands all the time, so
that's true. It wouldn't have surprised anybody.
Yeah. But yeah, episode 4 I thought was a great episode, and I thought the ending, leaving it like that, and then leaving in the very last second to be Darth Vader's breathing was like pretty cool, because it got people talking even more. It's like, oh gosh, is that really okay? Who is this evil Anakin or good Anakin, or
one and the same?
Yeah. Which episode 5 was an amazing episode. Dave Filoni knocked it out of the park, I thought. Just the way he used the Jason, the kid character, to show he has force abilities by him hearing the lightsabers in the world between world lightsaber fight. That scene with Huang, or however you pronounce the droid's name, holding Sabine's helmet, just sitting there going, I told them to stay together. Like that, to me, that was like a heartbreaking scene for a droid, just like standing at the edge of this cliff, like I told them to stay together. And then how Hera, the mother, believes the son, even though everybody else is like, there's nobody here, let's just go back. And she's like, no, he says there's somebody. He says they're here, so we're gonna stay. So Jason hides behind Chopper. And it's sort of funny because, like, is that actually going to protect you there, buddy? Hiding behind that little droid?
Sure.
He
So
may
I
kill
don't,
you.
and I don't understand, and maybe I just don't remember. But Hera, it seemed like she also heard the lightsabers eventually.
I
I thought
think
that too.
Did
I
she
think
have
she
like any force innate
no.
ability like in the
Well,
show? I didn't remember that.
the force resides in everyone.
It's
It's
in
just
all of us.
Well, yeah,
whether
but
you can
like the other
attune to
guys
it.
couldn't hear it, so I didn't.
I think it was more showing her believing in her son, and then that sort of unlocking that for her.
Okay.
Like
I
because he was
guess it didn't
like,
come
no,
across.
I hear it, and she's like, what are you talking about? And everybody else is saying there's nothing here, and then she has faith in her son that he's actually hearing it, which sort of gives her the faith to
Okay,
hear it
because
too.
the way it was shot, they would go back between them, and like he was hearing it, and then to go to her, and she wasn't. Then he was hearing it, and then she heard it, and so to me, it did. I don't know, that played a little weird to me.
It was showing the faith in the mother and son relationship.
Okay.
To me, that's what it said.
To me, I thought she heard it. I don't know.
Well, she may have heard it because of the faith in her son and the abilities of the Force.
Maybe.
That's what I think. Anyways. So then we go back to the world between worlds. Anakin tells Ahsoka that he's got one more lesson for her after all these years.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Which leads to some amazing scenes. We got to see the Clone Wars live action.
Mm-hmm.
We
That
got
was
to
cool.
see Clone Troopers. We got to see Captain Rex. We got to see young Ahsoka, which I thought was cool that they got somebody younger and they just didn't drop Rosario Dawson down there and like do some
Right,
kind of AI stuff with her.
Yeah.
They had some really good visuals with all that. How when she first drops down and lands, it's the adult her, and then as she kind of stands up, she morphs almost into the younger version of her, and that was a really cool effect for me. I really liked that. And I really liked how when with Anakin, he would like his costuming would change to reflect the era he was in, and then
His
even
hair
like
too.
his hair too. How they do that?
That's the first time we've seen the Jedi armor from the Clone Wars in live action.
Yes,
Which was
really
so cool.
Yeah.
And
So
and of
cool.
course the effects of it flipping between him and Darth Vader
yes,
was really cool. Even like the lightsaber, the color, how they changed it in between the two as he was walking away.
Yeah.
That was done really well. There's a lot of cool effects, a lot of cool cinematography and stuff in that. So it's not that. See, I don't hate all of it.
Shouldn't hate any of it.
They do some good stuff, but, and that was really cool. That was really cool.
That lightsaber switch reminded me. There's one of the toy lightsabers I have is they brought out Anakin's lightsaber and it switches from blue to red, and I'm like, that's just like that old toy lightsaber that I have. But yeah, that whole scene, like going through that, and then it was like they go to the Battle of Mandalore, the Siege of Mandalore, and then Anakin walks out, and I'm like, he's not supposed to be there. And then he's like, well, I don't remember this. What's this? And so that was cool.
Yeah.
That they sort of brought him into that to show that relationship again. That Ahsoka was sort of on her own there, and yeah, I just thought just that all those scenes played out perfectly. Going back to the fighting, and then her turning back to the adult one with the end fight, and then that moment where you see the Sith eyes in Anakin, and then it flashes to Ahsoka, and she has the Sith eyes for just a second because she was contemplating, am I going to? But then that was just a momentary thing, and it goes away. And people were like, well, did she have the Sith eyes, or was just a reflection from the red lightsaber? I'm like, no, I think she had the Sith eyes for a moment because she was contemplating.
I thought I saw that.
Yeah,
but it was very quick.
It was very quick. She had that momentary. Do I give in to the anger and to the fear and everything? But she didn't. Yeah, I just thought I thought it was crazy. I thought it was really
Mhm.
well done. I don't know how she stayed underwater so long, but
Maybe her
Was
species
she there? Was she
can
not
be
there?
underwater.
yeah, maybe she was in the world between worlds
Yeah,
fully.
I don't think she was truly there in the water
Yeah,
because they couldn't find her. They were searching. They couldn't.
yeah,
They were scanning. She wasn't there. She was
that's true. She was in the
in the
world
world
between
between worlds.
worlds. So I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah.
I hope they do more with the world between worlds in the
that'd be
future.
cool. I liked it. There was talking to some people, including my wife, who have not seen Rebels.
Yeah, shame. But yeah.
With this episode especially, people were confused. They didn't really understand what was going on.
It's their own fault.
So in that way, I kind of wish they would have had a little bit more of like flashback or something, explanation on some of the stuff, because at one point, because Jenny just kept asking questions like, so what is it, what are they doing now? I don't know. And at one point she was like, just I give up, I'm just gonna go with it.
I just showed my wife
I get
a
it. I understand.
10-minute YouTube video that went through all 4 seasons of Rebels. I was like, here, watch this before you watch Ahsoka.
Well, but for people that don't want to do that, casual viewers that like
It's
coming
just
in
10
like watching The
minutes.
Mandalorian and stuff, and I can see how people would get confused and kind of lost, and a lot of people didn't understand what exactly Ahsoka got out of that. Like even like they were confused on.
Well, maybe they'll go back and
what
watch
it did for her.
Clone Wars and Rebels now.
Maybe not. I don't know.
So if they don't, it's their loss. I don't know what to tell you.
But no, I can totally get that. But to me, it's a little interesting that like the people that I've talked to that watch this at the beginning episodes, they're like, "Oh, this is fun. Yeah, it's okay that I didn't see stuff. It's okay." But as the series has progressed, it's like they've started neglecting explanation on some things, and people are getting more lost as it's going along, which is interesting. Typically that's the other way around. It's like they'll start it, they don't understand what's going on, and as it goes on, it
all makes sense. Right?
Well, let's ask Katrin, because he hasn't watched it.
I don't know.
Katrin, what do you think? Are you totally lost?
I don't think so.
Yeah, there we go. See, there we go.
I haven't felt like I was lost. I mean, I've just kind of accepted that this was kind of like this. It's between life and death, right? And these things are happening, and she's learning about herself, maybe, and about Anakin, and having this struggle, and then she ends up back in real time. So. I mean, it happens all the time in movies, so I don't know why it's so hard to understand.
Well, I think it's just like they don't know, like what battle is this? What's going on? When does this take place?
I don't think they need to know that.
I mean, that happens all the time in movies. I think we have the benefit of seeing this in other movies, in other series or whatever. But there's other movies that are out there that don't have this kind of backstory, and we accept things that are from the past that are flashbacks or whatever, maybe. And this one, it just, people feel like you can get more out of it if you have seen Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yeah.
But I still think it's fine if you don't. It just seems like there is this whole culture of like, oh man, you have to watch this before you watch it. I'm like, why? I'm enjoying it. I'm fine.
And it's not that people that I've talked to aren't enjoying it. Like Jenny's enjoying it, but she just doesn't. She just gets lost because like it just.
I guess I've seen enough of it, maybe too.
Yeah.
And like someone was like, "Why was she killing Mandalorians? I thought they were the good guys."
Well, that was the part I wasn't sure about because thinking about like what we see in Mandalorian of we think of these as the good guys or whatever. That is a little bit confusing, but I don't really
even
care.
in Mandalorian though, they talk about how the Mandalorians and the Jedi didn't get along.
Sure.
So even that, it's like, okay,
right.
well, they didn't get along.
Right.
They didn't get along. So yeah, I
think
if they left us,
to be forgotten. Like,
well, yeah, but you can't like. I'm sorry, but Star Wars is so vast and there's so much of it. You really can't hold people's hand through every show and every episode, or you'd be there all day long, and people would just be like, All right,
I don't
let's
think that.
explain this again. I think if they left Ahsoka old, then to me it would be like, oh yeah, that's confusing. But they clearly show it's a little girl. So this is Ahsoka's past that we're seeing. Even though I don't know what it is, I know it's her past, and this is what she went through.
I think what would have helped is not necessarily in this episode, but having and I think it would help with her character development too, is having flashbacks in several episodes, even starting the series out showing her with Anakin, like her as a kid in like some kind of battle or something, going into it, how she started there and how she's changed and what kind of changed her, and just like little bits here and there throughout the series. And not to bring this up again, but they do it in One Piece. And it works out really well how they kind of
One Piece is very different from Star Wars. One Piece is a anime one-off show pretty much for Netflix. Star Wars has been going on since 1977, and if you try to catch everybody up from 1977 to 2023,
I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, I don't think.
No, I mean, One Piece has 1,072 episodes. I'm not talking like expansive like that. I'm talking about like character development and just showing, like,
and they
where
did
she
that
was
in Clone Wars and Rebels.
Well, yeah, and the two other shows,
yeah, they did all that.
I'm just, it just.
I don't. I mean, I'm sad to say, but
hating on it.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, this is for the people that aren't big Star Wars fans, and I'm sad to say, but I don't think you're going to understand everything if you don't go watch the rest of it. It would be like picking up, a book trilogy, reading the last book of the trilogy, and being like, I don't understand anything that's going on. Well, yeah, because there's 2 more books before that, and if you don't read those, then you're not going to understand. And I mean, if it was a movie, a one-off movie, yeah, let's explain everything. But they're trying to build a multiverse, so it's like the MCU. You've got, if you started with Endgame, you're not going to know what's going on.
Yeah, just like a small example, like when the kid is like hearing the lightsaber fight, and then he goes, what's with him? And everyone goes, oh, his father was Jedi, and he just goes, oh, that's it. It's like you couldn't say anything more than oh, or just like.
Well, yeah, because that character doesn't really.
That could just adding like a sentence in there, I think, would have helped the audience to understand.
What, his father was Kanan Jarrus, and you may have seen him in Rebels TV show. I don't know how you would do
or something.
Yeah, you saw him as a kid in Bad Batch. I think because that character that they were talking to, he doesn't really know much about the Jedi. He doesn't care about the Jedi.
He could have just said, "Oh, his father was a Jedi," and like his father before him, he is sensitive to like things that we are not privy to, or whatever, or just like some like a little bit like that. I think
I would be, and I know I'm a Star Wars nut. I would be more annoyed with little stuff like that through the show, way more than being annoyed of an awkward pause that takes a little too much longer. Because I would be sitting there being like, yes, he was a Jedi, like the father before him. Blah, 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 blah. We get it. We've seen it all in Star Wars before. We don't need to explain it every time we have a new thing out. To me, as a Star Wars fan, I would get annoyed having to hear the same thing over and over again. But I get it. People that haven't watched any Star Wars and pick up Ahsoka and be like, I think I'll try this new show on Disney Plus.
Well, not any Star Wars. It's just the cartoons, which are a little bit more like
animated series.
Animated series that are more segregated, that not everyone would have necessarily even had access to.
Well, they do now if they're watching Disney Plus.
I'll have to see. I'll have to see what my wife thinks of it, because I've watched probably enough of it to really understand. Because like I know that Anakin was training her. I know who Kanan is. So I've watched a little bit of all of these shows of Clone Wars, Rebels, and Bad Batch, that I know some of these characters. So I guess it's a little bit different than somebody not watching any of those at all. So I guess I could see where some of it could be confusing, but
I think I would have
explain everything. I'm just saying, like it. I think there might have been something they could have done to help broaden the audience a little bit.
If they wanted to do that, they should have done at the very first episode, before anything got started, used the voice actor for Clone Wars and done a little synopsis.
Well, even that alone could have helped. Like they could have like they do at the
I would
beginning
rather
of
have
every
that.
episode of Clone Wars. Like they could have had this at the beginning of every episode of Ahsoka to have a little bit of a blurb.
I'd rather have that than from like trying to explain stuff during the show.
Because I mean, I've watched all that, and I still get like, wait, when did this happen? Where was this? When did this take place?
Oh, you're more into Dragon Ball stuff.
I mean, in One Piece.
One Piece.
Next
time on iamGEEK, it's just a special One Piece episode.
It's just me talking about One Piece. Yeah. But no, I enjoyed the episode. I liked it. I just thought there was an interesting kind of observation that people seem to get a little bit more lost that haven't watched all of it, like all the series.
Sure.
To me, Ahsoka is a good, excellent payoff for us Star Wars fans that have been Star Wars fans all our life and seen everything. So to me, it's like, hey, I've put in the time. I deserve this. It's amazing, and I'm going to take it all in. And if people don't like it, I'm sorry. I've put in a lot of time for this, and I'm going to sit back.
Oh, I'm not trying to take it away from you.
I know. I'm not saying you are, but it's just like I get that I get what you're saying, that people are confused. But yeah, it's just
encouragement to go watch the stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Well, even just a little thing like when she was in the World Between Worlds, if she said, "Oh, I've been here before. I remember this," or something. Just something to indicate, hey, this is something.
Wouldn't that have been cheesy though? If she just said,
"No," I mean, they could have
been here before.
Like I'm just off the top of my head.
Like when I go to the when I go to like the grocery store, I don't walk in and be like, "Oh, I've been here before."
No, if Anakin had said something, "Oh, I guess you're wondering where you are," or something, she's like, "Oh, no."
Well, he said, "I didn't think you would be here this soon."
Well, yeah, but
that sort of conveys to people who haven't watched it that this is some kind of afterlife type situation.
Yeah, that she's dead. But I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, we'll call Dave. We'll get him on next time. We can have airing of our grievances.
All right.
We'll put up the wait. What is it?
And we'll have the feats of strength.
Feats of strength. We'll get it all worked out.
Is this from One Piece or something?
No, that's from Seinfeld.
Oh, okay.
Best of Us for the Rest of Us.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Or One Piece. Maybe it's in One Piece. I don't know.
It probably is.
Anyways, there was so many moments watching this last episode where I was going, they did it. I can't believe they did it. It's amazing.
It's freaking whales.
Like just everything, just a little like her sitting down beside a clone trooper that's like injured and holding his hand for a moment.
No face.
Seeing his cover. You know why they did that, don't you?
No,
because they couldn't get the actor.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah. That's why Captain Rex had his helmet on the whole time.
Yeah.
That's why all the clone troopers had their helmets on or face covering, because they didn't have the dude there to play.
He's filming Aquaman 2.
I guess. I don't know. He should have came over and done that. It's way better than Aquaman 2, where he probably dies. Or by the trailer, it looks like he does.
Everyone dies in Aquaman 2.
Yeah. That trailer came out today for those listening. That's why. It's fresher on our minds. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to see where they go, because they end this episode with basically, and this is something people wouldn't know, that haven't watched Rebels or anything, Ahsoka basically you can call her Ahsoka the White if you want to. She comes back and her costume change. It's all in white. Last episode of Rebels, which they didn't do that for this show, but when she found Sabine again, she was all white with a sort of like a staff, looks like Gandalf or something. So they find the Purgles and they realize that's how they're going to get to wherever Thrawn and Ezra are. So they have a Space Whales talk. They hop in his mouth.
Just like Jonah.
Off to Neverland. Yep. Which I thought was cool. Again, seeing the Purgle live action. Which they can travel. That's sort of where hyperspace, how they discovered hyperspace and how to use it was because of the Purgles. Yeah. So on the Halcyon Star Cruiser, that's the type of that's what they call their engine on there, I think.
So they harvested a Purgle?
No, they just called a Purgle class.
just like
no. It's just
blubber.
A Purgle class hyperdrive. I think that's what they call it.
They got people with harpoons out in space.
No.
Harvesting the...
No. Anyways, so yes. I loved it. I can't wait to see it. So next time, I guess we'll continue, maybe unless we
we'll finish it off, right?
Decide not to fight about it again.
Hey, but that makes this interesting.
I'm just kidding.
But that episode, the way they ended the episode, it felt like it was the end of the season, though, right?
Yeah,
like,
it did.
This is it.
Yeah, there's like 3 more episodes,
and there's 3 more. That's what's great about it. It's like, oh man, this isn't it. We're actually because the music and everything just made you feel like this is leading up to the end of the season. I know it. Like you're watching binging a show, and you're like, this is probably the last one. But no.
But I guess it's supposed to be like in a traditional show, the mid-season episode.
Yeah, maybe.
So it's like the mid-season, and then you got the other half of the season. So that's what it.
So there's a Mandalorian episode coming up.
And then there's a Coruscant episode where they're just in the city following some guys around.
Yeah,
I'm wondering how this last half of the season or whatever is going to be compared to the first half. Is it going to be sort of a total different look, total different feel? Is there going to be a Thrawn episode where it's just about Thrawn? I hope so. Is there going to be more focus on Ezra and Thrawn?
Or a build a boat episode?
Oh gosh, I hope not. I don't know. We'll see next time on Ahsoka.
not Ahsoka.
I wish.
Same Ahsoka time, same Ahsoka channel.
Disney Plus. Anyways, all right. Well, do you guys have anything else? No,
I don't think so.
I've aired my grievances.
Yeah, you have. We're gonna have feats of strength next.
Yeah. Sweet.
I'll be going to next weekend, I think Disneyland, and then the next weekend the closing down of the Star Cruiser. I'm not going on the Star Cruiser, but I'll be there for the party. So
excellent.
Lots of fun stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. Anyway, this has been episode 282 of iamGEEK. Next week we'll be back with Living with the Landspeeder. So switch over to that channel. Just got to turn the dial over to that channel.
Possible guests on there.
Yeah, possible guests. I think, and we'll be appearing on Main Street Electrical Podcast coming up sometime. They didn't tell us when we recorded it this week. It'll be on where we discuss our top Disney song sequences.
Yes, not just songs.
Yeah, and not just from the animated movies, which is what I thought. But that's on me.
Yeah, that was fun.
It
would have changed your whole thing. You would have had nothing but Nightmare Before Christmas. So.
I would have had a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas. I would have had Muppet songs in there. I'm still happy with my list.
Yeah, your list is good. So tune into them and see what we did with our list there. Next week we'll be back with Living with the Landspeeder, and then next week we'll be back with iamGEEK with more Ahsoka and maybe some One Piece. I don't know. We'll see.
And we're almost at iamGEEK.
Yes, iamGEEK is coming up. It's almost Halloween time.
I mean, it can be now. We did. I think we started early last year, one of the years.
Yeah, but iamGEEK will be coming up, and I'm excited about it. I'm sure Skella hosts will. Oh, Was he still a
He was
host?
kind of waving on the screen, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see anything.
We'll see. Lots to talk about. Lots to talk about. All right. We'll see you next time on I Am Geek.
Bye-bye.